the narrative that will be said about us and about our work is that narrative that is called the objective we want to achieve. We as the United Nations Population Fund are that the media is a critical partner when it comes to challenging negative social norms, when it comes to advocating for the kind of policies that we need to bring about equitable change, when it comes to establishing a social order. The media plays a key role because of your capacity to reach a large audience and to continue to shape the narrative. The United Nations Population Fund here in South Sudan, we are getting into what we call our fourth cycle of country program, where we aim to support the government and the people of South Sudan to achieve 3 zeros. Zero unmet need for family planning, where we mean that no individual, male or female, will be left without access to family planning when they need it. Zero preventable maternal death, meaning that no woman should die while giving life. And zero gender-based violence and harmful practices. Therefore, it means that our women and of course our men are free from violence, and harmful practices such as child marriage goes to zero in the Republic of South Sudan. And therefore, we need to begin to interrogate the root causes of these problems by narrating where things stand all together to address these issues. And it will be a journey. But of course, we should not allow what we are unable to do to prevent us doing what we should do. And so what we want the nations to partner with you, for you to work with us, not only as we record successes that we collectively deliver, but also as we interrogate deeply into society and challenge of those negative social under development in South Sudan. We always say that South Sudan is the world's youngest nation, also one of the youngest nations demographically. You have over 72% of the population below the age of 30. And therefore, it's an opportunity and also a burden. It's an opportunity because we can build progress on this youthful and agile population. It's a burden because we have to provide opportunities for them. Therefore, we want to be able to work with you such that we are able to introduce new ways of thinking, new ways of communicating, so that we can move these young people towards desired objectives. We can continue to concentrate to address issues of persons with disabilities, dwellers, because you would agree with me, Juba is not the beginning nor the end of South Sudan. There's a majority that lives in rural areas, older persons. We need to ensure that we reach the last mile and no one is left behind. But I also know fully well that an empty sack cannot stand, no matter how much you try. So we are also committed to supporting you in building not only your individual capacity, but also the institutional capacity of the agencies you work with. So you are better able to do this. So I'm making a commitment on behalf of UNFPA. If there are trainings you need to attend, we are ready to support. If there are equipment you need to have, laptops, cameras that would help you tell the stories properly, we are willing to provide. And if there are travel you need to go around the country that would let you see what we are doing and able to shape the narrative, that again will be our responsibility. So as my colleague Maureen has said, that email address you have collected, harass him, harass her, make your request, send your ideas. And there is no limit to what you can ask. You can even ask for aeroplane, we can only tell you we don't have. But that which we have, we will provide. And so it's important for us to forge a partnership that allows us to control the narrative and to begin to shape the agenda. So that's why we are here this morning. The resident coordinator of the UN was also to join us, but as you know, several things also emerged. And what she wanted to establish for us is that there is a difference between the United Nations mission in South Sudan and the United Nations development system in South Sudan, of which the UNFPA is one. We need the media to help us properly shape that narrative. I do not work for UNMISS. I work for UNFPA. And in that process, we have a resident coordinator, which is the development arm. We all know that all of us, but ultimately work towards peace building. At the time when South Sudan institutionalizes peace and achieves the democratic values, then the UN will take a decision as to whether to keep the mission or not, but the development arm will still remain with you. And so we need to understand the differences and continue to work. And so at a future date, the RC will still be meeting with you. So mine is to welcome you. We're going to have colleagues make presentations here. Let me assure you, these guys will use plenty of acronyms. If you do not understand the acronyms, stop them and ask. Because sometimes they confuse me as well. So if there's something they say that you want to better understand, please feel free to interrupt. Ask. It is not a structured, formal conversation. It's an informal conversation where we begin a process by which we understand what we are collectively doing. So I look forward to an insightful session. I look forward to an interactive session, and I sincerely thank you for giving the time to be here. Thank you very much.